7 things I wish I would have known earlier. 7 little tips that would have made me richer, more successful, and better looking. Maybe not better looking, but definitely more successful. 7 things. Bam! So, 7 tips that I would advise, and mind you, this is coming from somebody that's been doing home inspections since 1998, okay? Not to brag, just to give you my perspective where I'm coming from. Number one, hands down, is clarity of vision. You have got to determine what you want out of this business. If you want to remain a one-man show, there's nothing wrong with that. Those are your goals, that's fine. If you want to become a multi-inspector company, you need to know that. You really, it helps make decisions much easier. Whether you're investing in some software, making tool purchases, hiring staff, those kind of things, all of a sudden when you know the end goal, you know where you want to be, it makes your decisions much easier to make. 2 is phones. You got to have somebody answering your phones. And look, I get it. In the beginning, I was just like a lot of people. I was answering the phone myself, and I was in the attic. I had a routine. The mask came off, flashlight went under one arm, my calendar came out of my cargo shorts, and I was taking orders. I get it. So I know where you're coming from. I totally understand. But I tell you what, the moment that we hired somebody to start answering our phones, business increased. I wasn't missing phone calls because I was somewhere hanging upside down in an attic and I couldn't get to the phone. Your business will increase when you do that, so it will pay for itself. If you can't afford to do something like that or have the facility to do something like that, nowadays there are plenty of answering services like ACC, like ISG, that will answer your phone for you. They are tailored to this industry, so they will never miss a call. 24/7, 365 days a year. You can't afford to miss phone calls, especially in the beginning of your career. 3 would be groups and mentors. Look, some of the mentors I had when I began, I'm still in contact with, and that is just absolutely invaluable. Make a lot of friends. You need to be joining some groups as well. There are plenty of Chamber of Commerce opportunities. There are real estate investor opportunities. There are a plethora of places. You need to go, join, shake hands, and kiss babies. This is going to be integral in developing your business, is networking with groups and developing mentors along the way. One other thing that helps us is our membership in TOP with Inspector Services Group. This is a large group that focuses specifically on the home inspection industry and you. Yes, all these organizations cost money, and that's okay because this organization is like my own R&D department. They're always coming up with new products, new methods, new ways of doing stuff. I could never afford to hire somebody to work just for me doing all that stuff. You've got to realize you can't do everything by yourself. You have got to bring in help, and TOP has been a very big thing for our business. 4 is structure. I tell you what, when I've only been employed 1 year my entire life. That year, right out of college after I graduated, the structure was much like a straight line. There was the owner, the guy under him, and then me. So I've never really had any corporate structure. Since then I've been exposed to IEB, Inspector Empire Builder, and they really gave me a whole new perspective on business, and it's made things much clearer, made business a lot easier. So developing a structure, even if you can't fill all the slots, you will find will be super helpful in your business and helping you develop your business. 5 is systems. You simply have to have systems. Consistency is a key. When you develop a reputation for being inconsistent and missing things, that's a hard reputation to come back from. You need to have your SOPs written down, and it's got to be in a book. That way you're able to train the next guy, and he's able to train the next guy, and you start developing systems just like every other big company out there. Systems is critical. Next is something called scalability. If you don't have a growth mindset, it's going to make your systems and your structure much more difficult, and it's going to end up holding you back, which will ultimately cause you to pivot even more. You need to be thinking in a growth type scale. Even if you can't fill certain slots, how are all these decisions going to affect you moving on? Scalability, think about that. And lastly, and most importantly, I believe, in my opinion, is differentiation. If you can't differentiate yourself from every other inspector out there, you are every other inspector out there. Then you become a commodity. And if the agent is giving your potential client 4 choices and they're all identical, well, they're going to take the one that costs the least. It's just human nature, right? There are a million different ways to differentiate yourself, and I highly recommend you looking into some of those things, including education, services, systems, superior tools. A lot of different things go into that list. Differentiation is key. And that's it. Those are my 7 tips I wish I would have known earlier in my career. Feel free to reach out. I'm always willing to talk. My name is John Bolton with the Inspectigator and Monolith Building Inspections, as well as Home Inspection University. Yes, we have a school and we have lots of classes. We would love to meet you maybe in person one of these days, or one of our online classes at www.homeinspectionschoolflorida.com. Go get them.